You open your stall and form ramen while the early light still lingers on the paving stones.
No, you're wrong. This is outrageous. You can't do this to me. But the law is clear, friend. Yes, the law must be upheld. All right, listen up, because this is important. Wait, what? Huh? We need to secure all borders and double guard effective immediately. Any questions? The time is running out. We have to do something now. But what can we do? It's almost over. Help us. We need help.
Romaines on
You put that
memory.
banana peel there on purpose. Hey,
The
I have no idea what you're talking
understanding.
about.
After only a few exchanged words, the air has already tightened.
The concepts of property and obligations are fundamental to the legal structure we are discussing.
In the most
I've
public
discovered a
space
system
in
that
the
will
city
revolutionize our trade. Look
Yet
at the
it
data.
was
It's
precisely in
undeniable.
that space where trade,
I don't understand
judgment,
these
and
rules.
civic life met
impossible to follow
that
them
the
all.
Romans early came to
This new edict will ruin
understand
us
that
all, but the law
standards
is
could
the
not
law. There is
remain
a precedent for
only
this.
in the
Please
memory
reconsider.
of a privileged few.
The breaking of the chain
According to
allows us to create
tradition,
new
the
connections
12
and
tables
possibilities.
were inscribed on
I slipped on
12
a banana.
bronze
That's highly
tablets
improbable, but I
and
swear it's
displayed
real. Look,
publicly in
this
the
court dismisses your
forum
claim.
so that citizens might know them,
Let the scales of
invoke them,
justice
and
determine
measure
our path.
claims against them.
The
And if
sand
you'd
is
like to
running out.
follow
We have to do
how the
something now.
Romans turned shared
What to
standards
do?
into a lasting
The
form
wisdom
of
of the tablets
power,
is now accessible to all.
subscribe to the
Check your strengths
channel
for the
and
degrees.
join this
We march to a
journey.
brighter future.
But
Chào mừng đến với Leslie Cảm ơn
raised
đến
the
với
throne
Thú vị quá, chúng ta đi. Hỏi các
Harder
question
question
đến với
was
West.
this:
Hãy cùng nhau chinh phục thế giới.
Hey, friends, the omens are good today. Indeed, side, winners from the Senate. Allegiance, patience.
Hãy xem nào, đây là lượng của quân Mỹ và đây là kinh tế được kết nối với nhau, tất cả đều liên quan chặt chẽ. Hả? Cái gì vậy? Một bộ phận tuyệt vời. Chúng ta cần chọn cái quyền nào đây? Dùng nhỏ thì sao? Hay là sẽ đẩy? Không, dùng nhỏ nhỏ hơn. Được rồi. Tốt. Chào các bạn, chúng ta đang xem một tranh chấp tốt giữa hai người bạn. Bên trái là lượng màu xanh, bên trái là video. Chúng ta sẽ tìm hiểu. Token, xin hãy xuất trình token. Vâng thưa ngài, tôi có đây. Token gì để vào? Đúng vậy.
Watch out!
It set the boundaries for the entire
Chào mọi người,
case.
các bạn đã đến phòng Glenn rồi. Hãy vào đây và trình bày yêu cầu của mình. Chúng tôi sẵn sàng phục vụ. Hear me, speech is power. Whoa, that's loud. Here's for your words. Yes, power. Hỏi các người, hãy nhìn những gì trong này. Chúng tôi được sắp xếp ngay. Kéo đoạn lên mất. Ai làm được việc này? Trời ơi, sao mà làm thế này hả? Cái này sắp rồi, anh làm hết rồi. Tôi không phải đâu. Rõ mà. Luật pháp phải luôn nặng hơn các mối quan hệ và của cải. Chỉ có công lý mới mang lại sự cân bằng thực sự. Hãy cố lên các con. Học tập sự mạnh các con.
Thưa thầy, con sẽ cố gắng. Dạ thưa thầy.
Hỏi công dân La Mã, chúng ta phải đứng lên bảo vệ tự do và quyền truyền thống của mình.
These limits are heavy. Come on, just a bit further.
Kept
There,
the
let's conquer.
trial from dissolving into an endless
People of
quarrel
Rome,
in the
hear my
square.
plea. We
It
must act
created
now.
rhythm, order,
Welcome,
and the
citizens, to the court
necessary
of ancient
pause
justice.
between
Your petitions
accusation
await
and
judgment here.
adjudication.
By order of the Senate, this
At the
decree shall be
English
ratified. It's your
stage,
wages for all
the
my
most
years.
frightening
Sure,
thing
okay.
is sometimes
Public demands
not
it.
that your
Follow the
opponent
path
is
of the golden
stronger,
arrow towards the
but that you
lighthouse,
yourself
and you will
might say
find your
one
destination.
sentence wrong.
The decision
Suppose
is
you were a
final.
small
You must prepare for
workshop
the challenge
owner
ahead.
in
For the
Rome,
fate of our city rests
bringing a
upon your
debt
shoulders.
dispute before the
I swear
praetor.
under oath that I
You
am
had
innocent of these
witnesses,
charges.
honored,
You
and
must
good
release me.
arguments. But if you
You must
named the
proceed
wrong
before
kind of
nightfall.
claim
Keep moving.
or presented it in the
Okay,
wrong
I'll try.
form,
I'm
the door
tired.
to
With
With these
adjudication
keys,
might
we can
close
open
at
any
the
door
threshold.
and free ourselves.
In the early
But we must be
period,
strategic.
religious
Look at all this
action
treasure.
demanded
It can be yours.
extremely
Just
high
join us,
precision,
and you shall receive
almost
untold
like a
wealth.
ritual of words. A wrong phrase or wrong
Help,
sequence
please.
could make
There isn't much
victory
time.
slip away
Welcome, citizens.
before the
Together,
matter was
we will build a
truly
future of prosperity
For that
and
reason,
peace.
the atmosphere under the colonnades of the
We
forum
must
was
act
tense
quickly.
not only
These
because
tablets
of
hold the key to our
material
future.
interests, but because of fear over language
Good morning,
itself.
everyone. There's plenty
Their
to go around
justice
today.
appeared
I
both
have a feeling
solemn
these are the
and
lucky
fragile.
ones.
It required
I agree.
people
Let's
to
process them
enter by the
immediately.
right door, with the right name,
We must keep
in the
moving.
right
We
order.
don't have much time left.
That very rigidity
People of
gradually
Rome,
pushed
hear my
Roman
words.
litigation
Justice
toward a
must
more
prevail.
flexible
Together,
pattern.
we are strong.
The
I have
formulary
the keys.
procedure,
But I don't know which one
where
opens
the
the door.
focus
We have
shifted
to find a
from
quickly. The time
ancient
is running
verbal
out.
ritual
The mission
to
details
a
are clear.
formula
Guard the river crossing and
defined by
report
the
any unusual
praetor for
activity.
each case.
Yes, General.
We understand.
This change was
I
not a
found them.
sudden
These two
turn,
tablets here.
but the
They're
result
identical
of
to the map.
many
Look.
layers of
What does this mean?
adaptation as
Stop.
Rome
Don't stand
expanded.
there.
Transactions
Too late.
thickened, and
But that's the wrong
disputes
square.
outgrew
Do not be
old
afraid.
forms.
Inside awaits the
In a
greatness
new
you deserve.
pattern, the key
But what if I'm not
task
ready
was
for
to
such responsibility?
identify the question to be adjudicated.
I demand
If this
satisfaction on
fact
the
was
board.
proven,
Very well.
what
Let the
should the
games
judge
begin.
decide?
I have considered
If
the matter,
not,
and
how
this
should
is
the
my
claim
judgment.
be denied?
You both must adhere
In
to the
that
new
way,
laws.
litigation became less dependent on the
I
trap
must
of
warn you
ritual
about what is happening
language
across the
and
water.
moved
I have the
closer
final
to
say
the
here.
core
Stand
issue
down.
of the dispute.
Wait,
Beneath
what?
the stone
Should
columns,
we?
we see
Hell,
a
I've got the
tradition
Ten Commandments.
capable
Follow
of
me.
adjusting
They're
itself
coming.
in order to survive, still
The
preserving the
trajectory is
dignity of
clear,
law,
and we must follow
yet
this
opening a
path to reach
path
our
for a
goal.
life that was changing day
I
by
have found
day
it.
in the
The
heart
ancient
of Rome.
scroll of the
When a
prophecy.
case left in Europe and moved to a
I have
part
to
of
choose.
Unison,
Will it be
the
power,
rhythm of
wealth,
the
love, or the great
proceeding
beyond?
changed
Which path do
completely.
I take? I
If
understand
the
your
first
concern. We will
stage
proceed
was
with
where
caution.
the
Ready
frame
to my
set,
lord. Fear
the
not.
second was
Allegiance
where
prepared.
real
For Rome.
people, real memories,
I have made my
everyday
decision.
wounds
Prepare for
stepped
the
into
decree.
light. The adjudicator, the
I must warn you,
iudex,
the
was
harvest
usually
is failing.
appointed
We
for
need
that
help immediately.
specific case
Proceed with the distribution
and had to
immediately.
deliver
Everyone must
within
receive their
the
portion.
formula
Understood, sir.
already
I'll begin processing them right
established.
away.
His role was
Hear
therefore
ye,
both
citizens.
limited and heavy.
The scrolls decree
He
a
could not
change in our
freely
ways.
redefine the
I have
nature
lost
of the
everything.
dispute.
My home, my
Yet he had
fortune.
to listen
What am I to do
deeply
now?
enough to discern what was
This plan
credible
will dominate
and
the
what
forum by
was merely
sunset.
the smoke of
Are you
rhetoric.
sure this is wise?
One
It seems
can
dangerous.
imagine a courtyard,
Great
a
gods,
few
what is this
witnesses
thing? I told you to get a pencil,
testimonies,
not a giant
and two
stamp.
litigants
No
standing
way.
there with property
Good people of
honored.
Rome, I
And
have exciting
sometimes
news to
even
share
the
with you all.
future of a family
I told you to
rested
focus on
on
the laurel
your
wreaths, not the coins
In
or
that
the house.
moment,
This is a
law
matter
was
of
no
honor.
longer
No, you
words
cannot move the
carved
marker.
on
It goes here.
tablets.
Let our field is
It
bigger
became
now.
the
I
act
said
of
no.
weighing
This is
one
the
human
boundary.
being against another.
Right?
Among those individual cases, the mark of the praetor
simply cannot comprehend
extended
this
beyond a
situation.
single term
It's so
deeper
confusing.
than
I have
anyone
found it.
hearing. He did not simply
The prophecy is
maintain
true.
order
We
before
must show
him.
everyone.
He also
Xin chào, những
determined
tin
which
tức
kinds
này
of
và
claims
bạn
would
quan
be
xem số la mã, thật thú
voted,
vị.
which offenses would be recognized.
The key to success is right here in my hand.
To an adjudicator.
You are not going to
Through the
win. I
declaration
have done
made
this
upon
before.
taking
Now hand
office,
over the block.
a praetor could preserve what
I
had
must
become
direct your attention to
settled
the evidence on
practice,
this scroll,
and
which
what was
clearly indicates
lacking
our path forward.
or narrow channels that had
People of
caused
Rome,
instability.
hear me now, for the
Thus,
time has come
Rome's
to take
legal life
action.
did not stand still like a statue in the square.
Like the gods.
They
What
moved
sorcery is
with
this?
practical needs
The
while
path of
preserving
righteousness
the
begins
dignity
with
of
honest
tradition.
inquiry.
In a city
Tell us more.
increasingly dense
I
with
have found the
debts,
sandal. We must act
sales,
now and restore
mandates,
order.
and inheritances,
We are with you.
that role was especially important.
I have something
Under
very
the long
exciting to show you
shadows
behind
of
this
the
curtain.
forum, the praetor became the
You must solve
guardian
these riddles
at the
and retrieve the
threshold
items.
But I
between
don't know
what
the answer.
needed
They
to
look
be
too hard.
preserved
This
in the
device will
old
change
world
everything.
and what
I
had to
don't
be
believe that technology will
recognized
work.
in the new.
But look, it can show us
But
anything.
if we look
No,
only
no,
at
don't do
offices
it.
and
Do it.
procedure,
We have to stop this
we
now.
still
It's
miss
not too
the
late.
most vivid
I
part
swear
of the
I didn't do it.
Roman
You have to
policy
believe me.
speech. In many cases,
Indeed,
evidence
you are a
did not
coward,
appear
and I
as
will see
clear
you
physical
fall.
proof. It
Roma
passed
will be
through
free of your tyranny.
testimonium,
I bear the
witness
weight of my family's
testimony,
grief and their future.
triusi
This burden is
referendum,
mine, and I will
oath-taking,
face it.
and through the accumulated
I
reputation
have the
and
lantern and the coin.
credibility
Are
of
you
the
ready to open the
parties
curtain?
before the community.
The machine
And
is ready.
even when the truth had partly emerged,
Now we will see who is truly the
victory
greatest
could
among
still
us.
tilt
You are a
toward the one
tyrant,
who knew
and your reign
how to
ends
shape
here.
the rhythm of
No,
speech,
please,
strike
spare
the
me.
listener's
The key to victory is
anxiety
right
to the
here.
right
Who
point.
wants does it?
and turn a
Wait,
seemingly
give it to
minor
me! Oh, I
detail
must have it!
into the
The
center
solution
of
is simple.
case.
We must unite the
For
tribes
that
under a single
reason,
banner. That's
rhetoric
brilliant.
in the
I'm
Roman
enacted with
tradition
that.
was not
Together we
merely
stand,
an
guardians
ornament
of
of
this land.
intellect.
Let our
It was
loyalty
real
shine
power
brightly.
at the place of
I'm afraid
adjudication
your tablets
itself.
just don't weigh up against the
Justice,
legal precedent.
therefore, always
Oh,
wore
man.
two faces.
The time has come.
One
The ancient
face of
power is finally
standards that
awakening.
could be cited, and another face of
The judgment has been
language that
made.
could make
The oracle
those
demands a
standards
sacrifice.
appear
Very
bright
good,
for
Father.
them.
Oh, woe
In
is me.
private disputes,
Senators, I bring
Rome
news of great
also
importance.
opened
The barbarians
proceedings for
are at the gates. We
violations
must
that
act now.
threatened the
I have this
common
card, but I don't know the
order,
answer.
where what
What
was
do you need to know?
damaged
It's
was
about
not
the law.
only the
Justice.
interest of one
Provide the
household,
answer. The time has
but
come to ignite the sacred
order
flame and bring forth a
and
new
the
era
honor
of
of
prosperity.
community.
Here. Let's
During
do
the
this.
Republic, the
The time
question
has
of
come to declare the new
perpetuity,
law. Let the
standing
citizens of the realm
courts
understand it clearly.
specialized in certain kinds
I
of
swear, I never touched the
violations,
statue. I was just passing
gradually
by.
formed
He
a
seems
pattern
genuine.
of
I don't know, he looks
adjudication
terrified.
different from civil
People
litigation.
of Rome, lend me your
Suppose you were a
ears, for I have
spectator
glorious
standing
news to
outside
share.
the courtroom, amid a crowd buzzing
Behold my
over the
finest
defendant's
recruits. They are ready for
reputation.
any challenge.
You would see not
Mount
only
the lords, the guards
accusation
demand.
and
Offer the golden
defense,
cap. What
but
did he say?
also
The mountain demands an
political
offering. Quick, fetch
influence,
the cap.
patronage networks,
Together,
and the
we shall
honor of
achieve
great
victory.
families
Let the games
entering
begin.
together.
I
The
assure you,
presiding
these scrolls hold
official,
the proper
the
weight of the law.
composition of the
But this
judging
tablet feels
body,
heavier. Is
and
that
the art
fair?
of rhetoric
I saw
all
the memory.
carried
They were
greater
right there.
weight than
I don't know
usual.
why you don't believe
The
me.
more closely one looked, the
People of
more
Rome,
one
we have a
recognized
glorious
an
mission ahead.
uncomfortable but
Together, we will
necessary
succeed.
truth.
I
Before a
feel the weight
Roman
of these
court,
responsibilities. The
the law
decisions of
might be
life,
read the
time,
same
and finance
way,
are all upon my
but the
shoulders.
ability to turn the tide was rarely
Help!
shared equally.
Please help me.
That
These hands won't let
disparity
go.
becomes even clearer
With
when
this
we
ring,
look at the legal
you shall command the
status of
tides and
different
bring peace to
people
the
under
realm.
Roman rule.
With these decrees, our
A
province
free
will prosper
person
for
in
centuries.
Rome, a
No.
foreigner, a
Outstanding.
captive, a woman
I must
constrained
choose
by
between my
family
family's needs and my own
obligations,
personal aspirations.
each entered
Knowing
a
the weight of
legal
expectation
proceeding
rests
with
upon
a
me.
different scope of
Esteemed
rights,
judge, the evidence
and
is clear,
often
but I
with a
assure you,
different
I was not
degree
present
of
at the time. We have
dependence
witnesses
on the
to say
head of
otherwise.
household.
But how could this have
The male
happened?
representative or patron.
It's
In the wording
impossible.
of the law, the standard was laid down.
I have always
In
been a
real
man of
life,
the people,
however,
seeking
one's
only justice
ability
and
to
fairness.
reach the
We need to think about
protection
more
of
than
the
just
law
fruit
was
donkeys.
shaped
Look at
by
these geometric shapes and
status,
knowledge scrolls.
wealth, connections, and
Welcome,
reputation.
travelers. I have been expecting you.
To
Wait, you were
understand
expecting
how
us? How's that all
Roman
part of the master
justice
plan? Now,
actually
listen close.
worked,
Fascinating. I
and
must
we
make a
cannot
choice.
stop at the written provisions alone.
I must make a
We
choice.
must look at the line of
People of
people
Rome,
waiting
hear my
beneath the
words.
portico.
Justice and
See who
truth
was
shall
allowed to
prevail today.
speak for themselves. We'll have to
You must listen to
rely
me.
on someone
This
else
affects all
to
of us.
speak on
The
their
situation
behalf,
is urgent.
who had
I have
almost
found the
no
formula that will
voice at
solve
all
all your
before the
problems,
place of
ending the
judgment.
cycle of questions.
From that point on, the
No,
story
you're
of
wrong.
law
This is
is no
outrageous. You can't do
longer
this to me.
just
But the
the
law is clear,
story of
friend. Yes,
bronze
the law must be
tablets.
upheld. All right, listen
It
up, because
becomes
this is
the
important. Wait,
story
what?
of who had
We
the
need to secure
right
all
to be
borders and double
heard
guard
in
effective
deeply
immediately. Any questions?
stratified
The time is running out. We have to do something
And
now.
it is
So what can we do?
precisely at that
It's almost
point
over.
that the
Help us. We need
patronage
help.
relationship, Patronus
You
and
put that banana peel there on purpose, eh?
reveals its
I have
deep
no idea what you're
influence on
talking about.
litigation. A powerful man could offer
The obligations we bear
introductions,
are the foundations
protect
of
a
our society.
reputation, connect
The
someone to
concepts of
skilled
property and
advocate,
obligations are
or
fundamental to the
simply
legal
provide
structure
a
we are discussing.
presence that made the
I've discovered a
opponent
system that will
inside
revolutionize our trade.
In
Look at the data.
return
It's
came
undeniable.
loyalty, support, and obligations
I
that
don't
were
understand these
difficult
rules.
to name but
It's
understood
impossible
by
to follow
all.
them all.
Before the place
This
of
new edict will ruin us all,
adjudication,
but the law is the law.
this
There is
created
a
a
precedent for this.
lasting
Please reconsider.
paradox. Law was made
The breaking of the
public to
chain allows us to
restrain
create new connections
arbitrariness,
and possibilities.
yet outcomes
Help!
often
I
still
slipped on a banana.
tilted
That's
towards
highly
family
improbable, but I swear it's
standings
real.
and
Look,
networks
this court
of
dismisses your claim.
influence. Even so, that paradox
scales
helps
of
us
justice
see
determine
Rome
our
more
path.
clearly,
The
not as a
sand is running
flawless
out. We have to
statue,
do something
but
now.
as a
What?
world that both
What to
longed
do?
for standards and was
The wisdom
pulled
of the
back
tablets
by
is now accessible to
inequality.
all. Check your
In
slates
the
for the
next
decrees.
section,
We march
the
to a brighter
scene will
future.
leave the
Chào mừng
forum
đến với
and
Bundesliga.
move
Cảm
out
ơn
to
đây là
the
hội nghị
provinces,
công. Thú vị quá. Chúng ta
where
đi.
adjudication
Ở
took
cái
on the
ta sẽ
face
dẫn
of
người tuyên
governors
quan.
and
Hãy cùng nhau chinh phục thế giới.
imperial
Hello friends,
power.
yêu mừng good today. Indeed,
Leading
sẽ
the forum in
allegiance,
familiar
respect.
colonnades
Hãy xem nào, đây là biểu tượng của công lý và đây là
the
thực tế
story
được
of
kết nối với nhau. Tất
justice
cả đều liên quan chặt chẽ.
far
Hả?
along
Cái gì vậy?
stone roads, harbors,
Một
and
tuyệt vời.
ships
Chúng
carrying
ta
the
cần có phần
fame
tiền
of
ở đây. Đường nhỏ thì sao?
empire.
Hay là sẽ đẩy không? Đường nhỏ hơn. Đường đó tốt. Chắc các bạn chúng ta sẽ xem tốc độ như vậy. Bên trái là đường màu xanh. Ở trên đường đi chúng ta sẽ tìm hiểu. Tôi cần xin xin tôi cần. Vâng thưa ngài, tôi có ở đây. Tôi cần gì để vào? Cũng vậy.
Watch out!
Land,
Phew, that was
debts,
close.
taxes, inheritance,
Chào mọi người,
and
các bạn đã đến một
obligations
phen rồi. Hãy vào đây và trình bày yêu cầu của mình. Chúng tôi sẵn sàng phục vụ.
Because the number
Fear
of
me,
Roman
speech is power.
officials
Whoa, that's loud. Here's for your words. Yes, power. Mọi người, hãy nhấn điểm trong số này. Chúng mình sắp xếp này. Đều là cái lớp. Ai làm việc này? Trời ơi, sao mà thế này hả? Cái này sắp rồi, hết rồi. Tôi không phải đâu. Rõ mà. Luật pháp phải luôn nặng hơn các mối quan hệ của cải. Chỉ có công lý mới mang lại sự cân bằng thực sự. Hãy buông lên các con. Học tập sự các con.
Thưa thầy, con sẽ cố gắng. Dạ thưa thầy.
Hỏi công dân La Mã, chúng ta phải đứng lên bảo vệ tự do và truyền truyền thống của mình.
These limits are heavy. Come on,
We
just a
no
bit
longer
further.
see
There,
one
limits conquered.
single square as in Rome. We see
People of Rome,
many
hear my
smaller
plea.
centers
We
where
must
the same
act now.
standards had to
Welcome,
learn how to
citizens, to the
stand
court
on
of ancient
different
justice.
soil.
Your petitions
During the
await judgment
Conventus
here. By order of the
sessions,
Senate, this
when
decree
the
shall be
governor
ratified. Ensure
toured and
fair
held
rates for all gladiators. Are you
proceedings in
sure about
key
this?
provincial
Well, let me
cities,
demand it.
the
Follow the path of
atmosphere
the
of
golden arrow
provincial
towards the lighthouse,
centers
and you
changed
will find your
completely.
destination.
People came not
My
only
decision is
to
final.
hear
You must
judgments,
prepare for the challenges
but to
ahead,
file
for the fate of our city
petitions,
rests upon your
present
shoulders.
grievances,
I swear
seek
under oath that I am
patronage,
innocent of these
and
charges.
inquire
You
about
must
the
release
order
me.
in which matters
We
were
must reach the
heard.
gate before
The
nightfall.
city
Keep
chosen
moving.
as a conveyance
Okay,
site
I'll
also
try.
benefited in status
With
and
these keys,
activity.
we can open
Because
any
the
door and
governor's
free ourselves.
entourage brought
But we must be
money,
strategic.
scribes,
Look at all this treasure.
petitioners,
It can be yours.
visitors,
Just join
and
us,
those
and you shall
waiting
receive
for
untold
opportunity.
wealth.
But at the same time, inequality became
Help,
more
please.
visible.
There isn't much
Who
time.
knew the way
Welcome,
in,
citizens.
who had
Together,
someone to
we will build a
introduce
future
them,
of prosperity
who had enough
and peace.
patience and resources to
Good
pursue
Lord,
a case
we must
to the
act
end.
quickly.
Provincial
These establish the
justice,
keys to our future.
therefore, was not simply the law of Rome echoing downward.
Good morning, everyone.
It was
There's
a
plenty to
crowded
go around
scene
today.
in which
I have
power,
a feeling these are the lucky
distance,
ones.
and local life
Oh,
met
I agree. Let's
directly
process them
before the
immediately.
seat of adjudication. As
We
we
must keep
move
moving.
deeper
We
into
don't have
the
much time
imperial
left.
period, a mode of
People of Rome,
adjudication
hear my
outside the
words.
old
Justice must
framework
prevail.
grows more
Together,
prominent.
we are strong.
Cognitio
I have the keys.
extra ordinem,
But I don't know
in
which
which
one
the
opens the
official
door.
hearing
We
the
have to find
matter
it quickly.
held
The
a
time is running
broader
out.
role,
The mission details are clear.
consulting
Guard the river
and
crossing and report any unusual
deliberation
activity.
and
Yes, General.
execution of
We
the
understand.
decision.
I
Compared
found
with the
them. These two
familiar
tablets here. They're
two-stage
identical to the
rhythm
map.
of
Look.
many
What
earlier
does this mean?
proceedings,
Stop. Don't
this
stand
method
there.
could gather more steps
Too late.
into one
But that's the
point
wrong
of
square.
authority,
Do not be
helping
afraid.
some
Inside
matters
awaits the
move
greatness
more
you deserve.
quickly.
But what if I'm
But
not
what
ready
was
for
the
such
cost of
responsibility?
that efficiency?
I demand
Suppose you were
satisfaction on
someone
the
in a
board.
distant
Very well.
province,
Let the games begin.
forced to place
I
your
have considered
family's
the matter,
honor in
and
the
this is
hands
my
of an
judgment.
official with
You both
broader
must
than
adhere to the new
usual
laws.
authority. Would you feel safer because the
I
path
must
had
warn you
become
about what is
shorter,
happening across the water.
or more
I have
uneasy
the final say
because
here.
there were
Stand
fewer
down.
layers of restraint?
Wait,
At
what?
that question,
Should we?
Roman
No,
justice
I've got the
changed
Ten
its
Commandments.
shape
Follow
under
me.
empire,
They're coming. They're
less
coming.
circuitous on one side,
The trajectory
but
is
more
clear, and we must
concentrated
follow
in
this path
judgment
to
on the
reach our
other.
goal.
As
I
adjudicatory
have found
power
it. The
became more
ancient scroll of the
concentrated,
prophecy.
the path for seeking review
I have
or
to choose.
carrying a
Will it be
matter
power,
to a higher
wealth,
level
or the great
also
beyond?
became
Which
more
path do I
important
take?
in
I
many
understand your concerns. We will proceed with caution.
For the
threat is
losing
imminent, my lord.
party,
Fear not. The
this
legion
was
is
a ray
prepared
of
for Rome.
hope. The decision on the spot
I
was
have made my
not
decision.
always a
Prepare
final
for the
closed
decree.
door. But that hope came with
I
very
must warn
real
you, the
burdens.
harvest is failing. We need help immediately.
Proceed with the distribution immediately. Everyone must receive their portion. Understood, sir. I'll begin processing them right
the
away.
matter remained unresolved.
Hear ye,
The
citizens.
roads linking the
The scrolls
provinces
decree
to
a
the
change in
center
our ways.
therefore carried
I have
not
lost
only
everything, my
soldiers
home,
and
my
taxes,
fortune. What am I to
they
do
also
now?
carried petitions,
With this plan,
complaints,
we'll dominate the
and
forum by
records
sunset.
seeking
Are you sure this is
reconsideration.
wise? It seems
From
dangerous.
here,
Great
justice
gods,
no
what is
longer
this thing?
appears
I told you to
only
get a
in the
pencil,
midst
not
of
a
the
giant
ruling
stamp.
is
No
read
way.
aloud. It
Good people
stretches
of Rome,
into a
I have
journey
exciting news to
where the
share with you
litigant
all.
must struggle
I
not
told you
only
to focus
with
on the laurel
opponent,
wreath, not the
but with
coins or the house.
geographic
This is a
distance
matter of
and
honor.
the slow
No, you
tempo
cannot move the
of
marker. It
imperial
goes here.
authority.
But our field is bigger now.
But
I said no.
adjudication
This
is
is the
only
boundary.
half the picture.
Like,
The other
okay,
half
okay,
is
they go to
penalty
that. I don't
and
have a book.
enforcement. In the
I
Roman
simply cannot
tradition,
comprehend this
payment did
situation.
not merely answer what
It's
was
so
deemed
confusing.
wrongdoing.
I have found it.
It also sent a message about
prophecy
boundaries,
is true.
honor,
We must show
and the
everyone.
common order.
Xin chào, những tin buồn tiền này
For
và
that
đặc biệt
reason,
các bạn xem video
you
đó mà
touch
thật thú vị.
many parts of a person's life.
The key to success is right here in my hand.
Presence, property,
You are
or
not
place
going
of
to win.
residence.
I have done this
What is
before.
striking
Now
is
hand
that
over
the
the
weight
block.
of a sentence did not
I
always
must
lie
direct your
in
attention to the
outward
evidence on
severity.
this scroll, which
Sometimes
clearly
its
indicates our
deepest
path forward.
force lay in the long-term
People of Rome,
effects on
hear
household
me now,
name.
for the time has
When a
come to
ruling
take
was read
action.
aloud, the community was hearing at the same
By
time
the
a
gods,
reminder.
what sorcery is this?
Adjudicatory authority
path of
did
righteousness
not
begins with
merely
honest
distinguish
inquiry.
right from wrong in one
Tell us more.
dispute, but also
I have found
mark
the
what would be
sandal. We must act
accepted
now
in the
and
shared
restore
life
order.
of the empire.
We are with
Among
you.
those penalties, exilium,
I have
the
something
being
very exciting
sent
to show
away,
you behind this curtain.
carried a distinctive tone.
You must solve these
that
riddles
was
and retrieve the
legal
items.
and saturated with quiet loss.
This device will
It
change
did not
everything.
always
Yeah,
appear
I
as
don't
a
believe this
visibly
technology will work,
foreseen.
but look, it can show us
Often,
anything.
it meant being
No,
pushed
no,
out of
don't
the
do
rhythm
it.
of
Do
life
it.
that
We
had
have to stop
nourished
this
one's
now.
honor.
It's not too late.
Leaving home,
I
leaving
swear I
networks
didn't
of
do it.
support,
You have to
leaving
believe
a
me.
place where one's name once had
Indeed,
weight.
you
For
are a
people
coward,
of
and I
standing,
will see you
this
fall.
measure meant a severing
Roma
from
will be
public
free of your
memory.
tyranny.
For
I bear the
ordinary
weight of my
people,
family's grief and their
it could mean
future.
the
This
rupture
burden
of
is mine, and
livelihood
I
and
will face
family
it.
life. Under
I
imperial
have the
rule,
lantern and the coin.
being
Are you
sent
ready to
far
open the
away,
curtain?
even to
The
islands,
machine is
shows
ready.
that Rome punished not
Now
only
we will
through
see who is truly
property
the
or
greatest among
status,
us.
You
but
are a
also
tyrant,
through
and your reign
distance.
ends here.
A person cut
No,
off from the
please,
center of his
spare me.
life
The key
often
to victory is
carried
right here.
around
Who wants
longer
it?
than that
Wait,
caused
give
by
it to me.
monetary
No, I must have
fines.
it. The solution is
Alongside
simple.
the measure
We
of
must
being
unite the tribes
sent
under a
away,
single banner. That's brilliant.
confiscation
Why
of
didn't I think
property
of that?
often
Together we
struck
stand,
directly at the
guardians of
most
this land.
durable part
Let our
of the
loyalty
family
shine
life.
brightly.
Land,
I'm afraid your
houses,
tablets just don't
income,
weigh up against the
valuables,
legal
and
precedent.
capacity to
Oh, man.
support others.
The time has
In a
come.
world
The
where
ancient
honor
power
was
is finally
bound
awakened.
tightly to keeping a household,
The
arranging
judgment has been
marriages,
made. The oracle
supporting
demands a
relatives,
sacrifice. Very
and
good,
maintaining
Father.
one's
Oh,
presence
woe is
before
me.
the community.
Senators,
The
I
loss
bring
of
news
wealth
of great
was not
importance.
only the
The
loss
barbarians
of
are at the
money,
gates. We must
it was
act
the
now.
weakening
I have
of
this card,
status.
but I don't know the answer.
For
We need
that
to know.
reason,
It's about the law.
enforcement
Justice.
did not end
Provide the
with
answer.
the ruling
The time has come to
pronounced
ignite the
at the
sacred flame
hearing.
and bring forth a new
It
era of prosperity.
continued in
Here,
ledgers
let's
at
do
the
this.
gate of a house.
The time has
and
come to
a
declare the new
parcel of
law.
land.
Let the citizens of
There
the
were
realm understand
reluctant
it clearly.
negotiations of those
I swear, I
left
never touched the
behind.
statue. I was just
The
passing
pain of
by.
a
He seems
sentence
genuine.
often
I don't know,
lay
he
in
was
the
terrified.
sight of a family name
People of Rome,
gradually
lend me your
fading in
ears,
the eyes
for I
of
have glorious
neighbors.
news to share.
Seen from that angle, Roman
Behold, my
justice
finest
appears
recruits.
not
They are
only
ready
as
for
the
any
act of
challenge.
deciding who is
Mountain
right
lords,
and
the
who
gods
is
demand.
wrong,
Offer the golden
but is a
calf. What does he
power
say?
that
The mountain demands an
rearranges
offering.
the
Quick,
order
fetch
of
the calf.
property and prestige
Together,
for an
we shall
entire
achieve victory.
household.
Let the games
Even
begin.
so,
I
it would
assure
be
you, these
mistaken
scrolls
to
hold the
view
proper way of
Roman
the law.
justice
But this
only
tablet feels
through the
heavy.
lens of
Is that fair?
punishment.
I saw them,
In
Emery.
many
They were
cases,
right there.
what the
I don't
empire
know why you
needed
don't
was
believe me.
not to drive every conflict
People
to
of
an
Rome,
extreme,
we have a glorious
but to
mission
keep
ahead.
disputes
Together,
within
we
a
will
frame of
succeed.
adjudication
I feel the weight of
rather
these
than let them
responsibilities.
spill
The decisions
into
of life,
public
time,
life.
and finance are all
For
upon
that
my shoulders.
reason, the ability to file petitions,
Help!
present
Please
arguments,
help me.
respond,
These hands
and
won't
call
let go.
witnesses, and in some
With this
cases
ring,
seek review,
you shall command the tide
even if
and bring peace
unequally
to the realm.
distributed,
With these
remain
decrees,
an
our province will
important
prosper
part
for
of legal
centuries.
life.
No.
It shows that Rome understood that
I must choose
enduring
between my
power
family's
could
needs and
not
my own
rest
personal
only on
aspirations. Knowing the weight of
swords or
expectation rests
commands,
upon me.
but also on
Esteemed judge,
creating
the evidence is
paths
clear,
by
but I
which
assure you, I was not present at the time.
disagreement could be
We have witnesses who say
anticipated and
otherwise.
handled.
But how could this have
At
happened?
that point, stone ruins
It's
suddenly become
impossible.
vivid. They are not merely the
I
foundation
have
of
always been a
solemn
man of the
rulings,
people,
but
seeking
the
only
stage
justice
on
and
which an
fairness. You
empire
need to think about more
tried
than
to
just fruit and
compel
donkeys. Look at
disorder
these
to
geometric shapes and
move
knowledge
within
scrolls.
order.
So it's about learning different
And
things?
then
Welcome,
behind
travelers. I have
every
been very
hearing,
wait, you were
a
expecting
larger
That's the whole
movement
part of the
comes
master plan. My rest now.
gradually
Listen
into
close.
view.
Fascinating. I must
Legal
make a
authority
choice.
increasingly gathering toward the
I must
imperial
make a choice.
center.
People
As more
of Rome,
channels of
hear my
adjudication
words.
were placed in
Justice
the
and
hands
truth
of
shall prevail
imperial
today.
officials, and as major
You must listen
decisions
to me.
could be
This
directed
all of us.
upward.
The situation is
shadow
urgent.
of the emperor
I have found the
appeared
formula that will
even where
solve
he
all
was
your
not
problems,
physically
ending the
present.
cycle of questions.
This brought an alluring
No, you're wrong.
promise.
This is outrageous. You
Great
can't do this to me. But the law is clear, friend.
uniformity,
Yes, the law must be
stronger
upheld. All right,
intervention
listen up. This is
when
important. Wait,
local
what? Huh? We
injustice
need to secure all
prevailed.
borders and double guard effective
But
immediately.
also
Any questions? The
carried
time is running out. We have to do something now. But what can we do? It's almost over. Tell us. We need help.
ultimate source of decision
You put that banana peel there on purpose. Hey,
Thus,
I have
justice
no idea
under
what you're talking
empire
about.
always bore two faces.
The
One,
obligations we bear are the foundations of our society.
consolidated. The other,
The concepts of property and obligations are fundamental to the legal structure we are discussing. I've discovered a system that will revolutionize our trade. Look at the data. It's undeniable.
If we pause here, between the central square where law was publicly displayed and the distant provinces where adjudication traveled with imperial officials, we see that the answer to the opening question does not lie wholly in any single law code or any single office. Roman justice operated through many layers of people, many levels of adjudication, great geographic distances, and countless collisions between publicly declared standards and a deeply stratified social reality. That is precisely what makes this story still worth retelling today. An empire may build roads, bridges, markets, and harbors on a vast scale, but it loses the confidence that disputes have a place to be heard in society. Some rules hold it far more fragile. From here, the narrative moves closer to the human beings of the emperor. The advocate showed that Roman justice not only contained legal words, but also revealed in eyes, voices, and shared memory. What makes a Roman hero never merely a matter of
Hear me! Speech is power! Whoa, that's loud! Here's for your words! Yes, power!
has already become a place where honor, clear collide, the advocate does not merely speak for a client. He reconstructs the order of the story, chooses where to begin,
hear my
what
plea.
to
We
emphasize,
must act now.
and what to leave in
Welcome,
shadow.
citizens, to the court of
A
ancient
case is
justice.
therefore
Your
often
petitions await
decided
judgment
not
here.
only by
By order
what
of the Senate, this decree shall be
happened, but by
ratified.
how it
Ensuring fair
happened
rages
is
for all gladiators. Are you
retold
sure
through
about
the
this?
years of the
Public commanders.
adjudicator.
Follow the path of the
From
golden
this
arrow
point,
towards the
we
lighthouse,
understand
and you
why
will
the
find your
art of
destination.
oratory and the Roman
The decision is
tradition
final.
did not
You must
stand
prepare for the challenges
outside
ahead,
legal
for the fate of our
life.
city rests upon
It
your
stood
shoulders.
at the very
I
center
swear
of
under
the
oath that
hearing,
I am innocent of
where
these
truth
charges.
had to
You
pass
must
through
release
human
me.
voice before
We
it
must reach
could
your gate
reach
before nightfall.
judgment.
Keep moving.
Begin with an opening
I'll
move
try.
that seems
I'm tired.
simple, yet
With
can
these
determine
keys,
the
we can
rhythm
open
of
any
an
door
entire
and free
hearing.
ourselves. But we
Whoever
must be
speaks
strategic.
first,
Look at all this
whoever
treasure.
defines the
It can be
matter
yours.
first,
Just join us,
often
and you shall
gains
receive
the
untold
first
wealth.
advantage in the listener's mind. In many lawsuits,
Help,
what is
please.
disputed
There
is
isn't
not
much
only
time.
yes
Welcome,
or
citizens.
no,
Together,
but the
we will
naming
build
of
a
an
future of
act
prosperity
itself.
and
Was
peace.
it error or deceit, delayed
We
payment,
must act
or
quickly.
misappropriation,
These tablets hold the key to
insult,
our
or
future.
defense of honor? A skilled advocate
Good morning, everyone.
understood this
There's plenty to go
very
around
well.
today.
He
I have
did
a
not
feeling these are
throw
the
every
lucky ones.
detail at the listener
I
at
agree.
once.
Let's process them
He
immediately.
arranged them in an order that forced the
We
other
must keep
side
moving.
to
We don't
enter
have
a
much time
field
left.
already shaped for them.
People of Rome,
For
hear my
that
words.
reason, in a
Justice
Roman
must
court,
prevail. Together,
sentence
we are
rhythm
strong.
and the
I have
construction
the
of
keys.
argument
don't know
could
which one
exert
opens the door.
influence nearly
We have
as
to find it
deep
quickly.
as
The time
the
is running out.
evidence itself.
The mission details are clear.
Justice
Guard
still
river crossing
rested
to
on
report any unusual
standards,
activity.
but those
Yes, General.
standards
We
could
understand.
shape through speech.
I found them. These
and
two tablets here.
speech in
They're
skilled
identical to the map.
hands
Look.
could
What does this
illuminate
mean?
or
Stop.
obscure an
Don't stamp there.
entire case.
Too
If one
late.
wants to see
But
that
that's the wrong
power
square.
at its most
Do not be
brilliant,
afraid. Inside awaits
one
the
need
greatness you
only
deserve.
look at the large
But what if I'm not
shadow
ready
of
for such
Cicero
responsibility?
on the forensic stage of the
I
late
demand
Republic.
satisfaction on the board.
He was
Very
famous
well.
not
Let the
only
games
for
begin.
learning and
I have considered the
sharpness,
matter, and
but for
this
his
is my
ability
judgment.
to use
You both must
sentence
adhere to the new
rhythm,
laws.
emotion, and the energy of listeners to
I must warn
redirect
you
the
about what is
atmosphere
happening
of the
across the
hearing.
water. I have the
Ancient
final say here.
sources
Stand
and later
down.
tradition alike remember
Wait,
him
what?
as a model
Should we?
forensic
Help,
orator,
I've got the Ten
a man who
Commandments. Follow
made the
me.
boundary
They're
between
coming.
legal argument and rhetorical art
The trajectory is clear, and we must follow
This
this
does not
path
mean
to reach
every
our goal.
hearing became a stage for genius.
I have found it.
On
The
the
ancient
contrary,
scroll of the
it
prophecy.
reveals a more sobering reality.
I have to
When
choose.
speech
Will it be
carries
power,
great
wealth,
weight,
love, or the great
the
beyond?
quality of
Which path
justice
do I take?
partly
I
depends
understand your
on who
concern. You
has
will
the
proceed with caution.
stronger
But the threat is
voice.
imminent, my lord.
In
Fear
that
not. The
setting,
legion is
law
prepared
and
for Rome.
rhetorical skill do not
I
simply
have made my
travel
decision.
harmlessly
Prepare for
side
the
by
decree.
side. They test one another in every
I must warn you.
case.
The harvest is
Yet
failing.
no
We
hearing
need help
can
immediately.
stand on
Proceed with the
rhetoric
distribution
alone.
immediately. Everyone must
At
receive
some
their portion.
point,
Understood,
the
sir.
room
I'll begin
must
processing them
return
right
to
away.
witnesses. Those
Hear
who
ye,
carry the
citizens.
memory of
The
events
scrolls
into
decree
the
a change
place
in
of
our ways.
adjudication through
I have
their
lost
own
everything.
words.
My home,
In
my
many
fortune.
situations,
What am I to do now?
witness statements and
With this
evidence
plan, we'll
presented
dominate the
before
forum by
the
sunset.
adjudicator are
Are you sure this
central
is
to
wise?
whether a
It seems
story
dangerous.
is believed or
Great God!
rejected.
What is this thing?
This is
I
where
told you to
small
get a pencil,
detail
not a
can
giant
become the
stamp. No
hinge that
way.
turns an entire
Good people of
case.
Rome, I have
But
exciting
human
news to share with
memory
you
is
all.
not a
I
bronze
told you to
tablet.
focus on the laurel wreath, not
It
the coins or the
trembles,
house.
slips,
This
and
is a matter of
rhythm,
honor.
and is
No,
sometimes
you cannot
bent
move the
by
marker. It goes here.
reputation,
But our field is
fear,
bigger now.
I said no.
loyalty,
This
or
is the boundary.
communal pressure. For that
Right.
reason,
Oh,
the
my
art
God,
of questioning and
I-
answering around witnesses
I
carries
simply
special
cannot
weight,
comprehend this
not
situation.
only to gather information,
It's so
but to
confusing.
test the
I have
strength
found
of
it.
memory under public scrutiny.
The prophecy
And
is true.
precisely
We must show
here,
everyone.
the Roman
Xin chào,
court
những chuyên mục
appears
Việt
as a
này,
place
bạn
that
bạn quan
both
xem video
demands
nào
truth
thú vị.
and knows that truth must pass through human
The key to
beings.
success is right here in my hand.
Alongside witness testimony,
You are not
the
going to
oath
win.
Ayusi
I have done
Random
this before.
brings
Now hand
another
over the
depth
block.
into hearing,
I
not
must
only
direct your
legal,
attention to the
but
evidence on this
moral and
scroll, which
sacred
clearly
in the
indicates our path
sensibility of
forward.
the age. When a
People of
person
Rome,
speaks an
hear
oath,
me now,
he is
for the
not
time has
merely
come to
making a
take action.
commitment before the official or the opposing side.
By the gods,
He is
what
placing his
sorcery is this?
credibility under a
The
gaze
path of
larger
righteousness begins
than
with
the
honest
everyday
inquiry.
community.
Oh?
In the Roman
Tell us more.
tradition,
I have
oaths
found the
appear
center.
at
We
many
must act now
points in
and restore
litigious
order.
life,
Yes.
and that
We are with
presence
you.
shows that Romans did not fully
I have something
separate
very exciting to show
adjudication
you
from
behind
beliefs
this curtain.
about moral obligation.
You must solve these
This
riddles
does
and
not
retrieve the
make an
items.
oath
I
an
don't know the answer. They look
absolute
too hard.
guarantee
This
of
device will
truth,
change everything.
but it
Yeah, I
increases
believe
the
that technology will
spiritual
work.
weight
But
of
look, it can show us
speech
anything.
before the
No,
court.
no, don't do
Amid
it.
sharp
Do it. We
argument
have
and
to stop this now.
calculations of
It's not too
interest,
late.
the oath
I
serves
swear
as a
I didn't do
reminder
it. You
that
have to
a hearing
believe me.
does not merely weigh advantage
Indeed,
or disadvantage,
you are a coward,
but
and I
also
will see
touches
you
the
fall.
honor of the person
Roma will
standing
be free of
before
your
the
tyranny.
place of
I bear the weight
adjudication.
of my family's grief and
And
their
then
future.
comes a
This
question
burden
that
is
makes
mine,
it
and I
hard for
will
the
face it.
viewer to look away. When both
I have
sides
the
of
lantern and the
argument,
coin. Are
both
you
have
ready to open the
witnesses,
curtain?
both speak with
The
certainty.
machine is ready.
What does the adjudicator hold
Now
on
we will
to?
see who is truly the greatest
Suppose
among
you were
us.
assigned
You
a
are a
hearing
tyrant, and your
inheritance
reign reign ends here.
And before you
No,
stood
please,
two families.
spare me.
The key to victory is right here.
Very
Who
real
wants it?
grief.
Wait, give it to me. No, I must have it. The solution is simple.
Bringing
We must unite the
witnesses
tribes
to
under a single
confirm
banner.
part of its
That's
memory.
brilliant. Why didn't I
What
think of
detail
that?
would you trust
Together we
first?
stand, guardians of
That
this land.
moment shows
Let our
that
loyalty
Roman
shine
justice
brightly.
is not a cold
I'm afraid your tablets
calculation.
just don't weigh up against
It
the
is the
legal
work of
precedent.
weighing under
Oh,
imperfect
man.
conditions.
The time has come.
Where the
The ancient
adjudicator
power is
must
finally
read not
awakened.
only words, but also
The
credibility,
judgment has been made. The oracle
consistency,
demands a
and
sacrifice.
the
Very
tone
good,
of
father.
statement.
Oh, woe is
From
me.
this point,
Senators,
the
I
viewer
bring news
begins
of great
to feel
importance.
more
The barbarians
clearly
are at the gates.
durable
We must act now. I have this card,
Justice
but I
is
don't
not
know the
only
answer.
written
What do you need
in
to know?
law,
It's about the law.
but carried
Justice.
out through human
Provide the
judgment.
answer. The time has come to
In
ignite the
courts
sacred
hearing
flame and bring a new
violations
era of
that
prosperity.
threaten public
Here.
order.
Let's do this.
That pressure became
The time has
even
come to declare
greater
the new law.
because
Let the
beyond the
citizens of the realm understand
adjudicator,
it clearly.
there was always an
I
invisible
swear I never
crowd,
touched the statue. I was just
reputation,
passing by.
faction,
He seems genuine.
and those
I
waiting
don't know,
to
he was
see who
terrified.
won so they could read
People
which
of
way
Rome,
the wind of
lend me
power
your
was
ears,
blowing.
for I have
In the
glorious news
questions
to share.
perpetuity of the Republic, the
Behold my
composition
finest
of the
recruits.
judging
They are ready
panel,
for any
and the way
challenge.
its members were
Mount the
chosen
horse, the gods
became a
demand. Offer the golden
politically
calf.
charged
What did you say?
issue
The mountain demands an
because
offering.
it
Quick,
touched
fetch the calf.
directly on confidence in who
Together,
was
we
judging
shall
them
achieve
within a
victory.
deeply
Let the games
stratified
begin.
society.
I assure
When
you,
those
these
seated in
rolls hold the proper
judgment
weight of the law.
belong to a
But this
particular
tablet feels
interest
heavy.
group,
Is that fair?
the question
I
of
saw the
justice
memory. They were right there.
immediately
I
opened
don't know
into
why
the
you don't
question
believe
of
me.
power. Thus,
People of
each
Rome,
major
we
public
have a
hearing
glorious
in
mission
Rome
ahead.
was never
Together,
only
we will
about an
succeed.
individual
I feel
accused
the weight of these
person.
responsibilities.
It was
The
also
decisions
a
of life,
place where
time,
the city
and finance
read
are
the
all upon my
balance of
shoulders.
forces behind the words of law.
Help!
For that
Please
reason,
help
the
me.
courtroom
These hands
became
won't let
both
go.
a place of adjudicating
With this
right
ring,
and wrong
you
and
shall
a
command
mirror
the tides
reflecting
and bring peace
Roman
to the realm.
political life.
With these decrees, our province will
Still,
prosper for
it would
centuries.
be unfair to see in the courtroom only the
I must choose
noise of
between my family
ambition
needs and
and
my own personal
calculation.
aspirations, knowing the weight of
There are
expectation
also
rests upon
very
me.
quiet moments when
Esteemed
a
judge, the
plain
evidence is clear,
statement,
but I assure you, I
an
was not present at the time.
unpolished
We have witnesses who say
detail,
otherwise.
but also the
But how
listening
could this have
rhythm
happened?
of an entire hearing. A
It's
note, a
impossible.
consistent presentation, a witness who
I have
spoke
always been a
slowly
man of the people,
but did
seeking
not
only
change
justice
his
and fairness.
account.
You need to think about more than just
Such
fruit and
things
donkeys.
pass through
Look
the
at geometric shapes
ornamental
and knowledge
surface
books.
of
Oh, I
art.
see. So it's about learning different
That is
things.
why
What the
Roman
Travelers? I have been
justice,
expecting you.
though
Wait,
constantly
that's
tested
all
by
part of the math of my
inequality
friends.
and
Now, listen close.
influence,
Fascinating.
retained
I
a
must
long
make a
life.
choice.
It did not reward only the loudest
I must make a
voice,
choice.
but also made
People of
room
Rome,
for what
hear
seemed
my words.
reasonable when it was
Justice and truth
presented at
shall
the right
prevail today.
moment and in the right way.
You
In
must
the
listen to
slow
me.
gaze
This
of a
affects all of us.
documentary
The
film,
situation is
this
urgent.
is the most
I have
precious
found the
part,
formula that will solve
not
all
the
your
victory of
problems,
one
ending
side,
the cycle of
but the
questions.
moment when the room leans
No, you're
toward
wrong.
what
This is outrageous.
appears
You
more
can't do this to me.
credible
But the law is
or
clear, friend.
fragile.
Yes, the law must be upheld.
From
All right,
there,
listen up, because this
the
is important.
narrative
Wait, what?
naturally
We need to
leads
secure
to a
all borders and
deeper
double the guard.
conclusion
Effective immediately.
about the
Any questions?
character of
The time is
Roman
running out.
power.
We have to do something
This
now.
empire
But what can we do?
endured not
It's
only
almost over.
because of
Help us. We
armies
need
and
help.
roads, but also because
You
it
put that banana peel
maintained
there on
many
purpose. Hey,
spaces
I have no
where
idea what you're
agreements
talking
could
about.
become a matter to be heard. Of course,
The obligations
not
we bear
everyone
are the
entered those
foundations of our society.
spaces with equal chances.
The concepts of property and
Status,
obligations are fundamental to the legal
wealth,
structure we
and
are discussing.
reputation
I
remained
discovered
like
a system
long
that will
shadows
revolutionize
over
our
the
trade.
proceedings.
Look at the data. It's
But the very
undeniable.
fact that disputes were drawn into a
I don't
framework
understand
of
these rules.
adjudication,
It's impossible
rather
to
than
follow them all.
settled only by
This
private
new edict will ruin
revenge,
us all. But the law
created
is
a
the
form
law.
of
There is a
stability
precedent for
that
this.
many
Please reconsider.
contemporary communities
The
found
breaking of the
difficult to
chain allows us to
sustain on
create new
such a wide
connections and
scale.
possibilities.
Thus,
Hell, I
when we
slipped
look
on
at
a
the
banana.
remaining
That's highly
stone
improbable, but I swear
foundations
it's real.
today,
Look, this
we do
fortress
not
is your
see
claim.
only architectural ruins.
Let the
We
scales of
see
justice
traces of
determine
a
our path.
long effort to keep
The sand is running
disagreement
out.
from
We
tearing
have to do
apart the
something now.
common
What?
order.
What to
And
do?
for that very reason,
The
when
wisdom of
this
the savage
stage
is
of
now
the story
accessible to all.
closes,
Check your slates for
what
the
remains
degrees.
is
We
not
march
a
to a
list
brighter
of
future.
Latin terms
Chào mừng đến với
or
Leslie
chain of
Bây giờ là
private
thảo luận về
procedures.
công thú vị quá chúng ta đi
The image of
hãy
human
cùng đến với
beings
bên
in
ngoài
a
sự
speaking
hãy cùng nhau chinh phục thế giới. Hello friends,
Under
you're
the
on the today.
porticos of
Indeed,
the
side what is
forum
the Senate?
or
Alright,
in
look at
hearings
this.
held in distant
Hãy xem nào, đây là biểu tượng của công lý và đây là kinh tế được kết nối với nhau. Tất cả đều liên quan chặt chẽ. Hả? Cái gì vậy?
between publicly
Một cuộc
declared
tuyệt vời.
standards
Chúng ta cần chọn
and
tuyển nào đây?
life
Dùng nhỏ thì sao?
is
Hay là sẽ đẩy? Không, dùng nhỏ nhỏ hơn. Tuyệt vời. Tốt. Chắc các bạn chúng ta sẽ xem xem rõ nhỏ như vậy. Bên trái là đường màu xanh, ở trái là đường màu vàng. Trên đường đi. Token, xin hãy xuất trình token. Vâng thưa ngài, tôi có ở đây. Tôi cần gì để vào? Cũng vậy. Watch out.
At times,
Phew, that
it
was
only
close.
reveals more of the
Chào mọi người,
fragility
các bạn đã đến
of
phòng game
human
rồi. Hãy vào đây và trình bày yêu cầu của mình.
Yet in
Chúng tôi
those
sẵn sàng phục
very
vụ.
collisions,
Hear me, speech is power. Whoa, that's loud. Here's for your words. Yes, power. Hỏi các ngươi, hãy nhận những động này. Chúng mình sắp xếp ngay, kêu loạn lên mất. Ai làm việc này? Trời ơi, sao mà thế này hả? Cái này sắp rồi, thành ra là thay đổi. Tôi không phải đâu. Đó mà. Luật pháp phải luôn nặng hơn các mối quan hệ và cuộc cải. Chỉ có công lý mới mang lại sự cân bằng thực sự.
From here,
Hãy cố lên các con. Không tập sự mà không.
thưa thầy, con sẽ cố gắng. Giá thưa thầy.
Hỏi công dân La Mã, chúng ta phải đứng lên bảo vệ tự do và quyền truyền thống của mình.
What
Let's heavy.
survives
Come on, just a bit
longest
further.
after an
There, let's
empire
conquer.
is sometimes not its walls,
People
but
of
the
Rome,
habits
hear
of
my plea.
judgment it
We
leaves
must act
behind.
now. Welcome,
As Rome
citizens, to the
changed
court of
form
ancient
through
justice.
war,
Your
division,
petitions await
and
judgment
shifts in
here.
the center
By
of
order of the Senate,
power,
this decree shall be
many
ratified. Ensuring
concrete
fair wages for
forms
all
of
gladiators. Are you sure
adjudication
about this?
change as well.
Public demands it.
But the
Follow the
storehouse of
path of the golden arrow
concepts,
towards the
methods
lighthouse,
of
and you
argument,
will find
and
your
traditions
destination.
of legal commentary
The
did
decision
not
is final.
disappear.
You must prepare for the
They were
challenge ahead,
gathered
for the fate
again,
of our city rests upon your
reordered,
shoulders.
and debated
I
again
swear under oath
across
that I am
many
innocent of these
centuries.
charges. You must
The high
release me.
point of that
We
accumulation
must reach the gate
appears
before
under
nightfall. Keep
Justinian,
moving.
when the vast
Okay,
legal
I'll try.
inheritance was
tired.
organized
With
into
these
a body
keys,
of
we can open any
materials
door
with
and free
extraordinary
ourselves, but we
long-term
must be
influence.
strategic. Look at all
What is
this
worth
treasure. It
pondering
can be
is
yours.
this:
Just
what
join
had
us,
once
and you
been
shall
used to
receive
resolve
untold wealth.
disputes in Roman life began to live a second life.
Hell,
As
please.
the life of
There isn't much
schools,
time. Welcome,
scholars,
citizens. Together,
adjudicators,
we will
and
build a future of
lawmakers and
prosperity
leaders that
and
are no
peace.
longer Rome. From here, the
We
story
must
is
act
no
quickly.
longer only
These
how
habits hold the
Rome
key to our
judged,
future.
but what the post-Roman world learned
Good
from
morning,
Rome's
everyone.
way of
There's plenty
judging.
to go around today.
Yet that
I have a
legacy
feeling
did
these are
not
the lucky
travel
ones.
as an
Oh, I
untouched
agree. Let's
block of
process them
stone.
immediately.
It passed through the hands of copyists,
We must keep moving. We don't have
commentators,
much time left.
teachers, and rulers who had
People
to
of Rome,
adapt
hear my
law to
words.
their own
Justice
local
must prevail.
customs.
Together,
For
we
that
are
reason,
strong.
what
I have
later
the
ages
key.
I don't know
received
which
was
one opens the
often
door.
not the
We have to
original
find it quickly. The
form
time
of
is
the
running out.
Republic.
The mission
But
details are clear.
tradition
Guard the river
filtered
crossing and
through
report any unusual
imperial
activity.
practice,
Yes, General.
commentary,
We understand.
and the practical
I
needs
found
of
them.
many
These two tablets here.
regions.
They're
In
identical to the map.
continental
Look.
Europe,
What does this mean?
that influence
Stop.
ran
Don't stand there.
especially deep.
Too
In
late.
many places,
But that's the wrong
Roman
square.
law
Do not
continued
be
to serve
afraid.
as an
Inside awaits the
important
greatest
source of
reserve.
reference
But
long
what if I'm
after
not
the
ready for
fall
such
of the
responsibility?
Western Roman Empire.
I
This
demand
does not
satisfaction
mean
of the
every
board.
place
Very
became
well. Let the
Rome.
games begin.
Rather,
I have
many
considered the matter.
found in that
This is my
inheritance a
judgment.
legal
You both must
language
adhere to the new
subtle enough
laws.
to name disputes, obligations, and
I must warn you
entitlements.
about what is happening
It is
across
a
the water.
strange
I have
kind
the
of
final say here.
endurance.
Stand down.
Rome disappeared,
Wait,
but
what?
Rome's legal
Should
way
we?
of thinking
Help, I've got the
kept
Ten
walking.
Commandments. Follow me.
Even
They're coming.
so, if we only praise its long influence,
The trajectory
we
is
miss
clear,
the more
and we must
important
follow this
lesson.
path to
Roman
reach our goal.
justice was never a spotless
I
picture.
have found it. The
It was
ancient scroll
admirable
of the
in its
prophecy.
ability to draw conflict into a
I have to
framework
choose.
of
Will it be power,
adjudication,
wealth, love,
yet
will it great
limited by
beyond?
inequalities
Which path
of
do I take?
status,
I understand your concern. We will
resources,
proceed with
and
caution.
voice.
But the threat is imminent, my
The
lord. Fear not.
paradox is
The legion is
precisely
prepared.
what
We'll go.
makes Rome close to real
I have
human
made my
life.
decision. Prepare for
Suppose
the
you were
decree.
standing before the place of adjudication while
I
the
must warn you,
opposing
the
side had
harvest
a
is
greater
failing. We need
reputation,
help
a
immediately.
better
Proceed with the
advocate of
distribution
broader
immediately.
connections.
Everyone must receive their
would
portion.
having
Understood,
public
sir. I'll begin
standards still
processing them
be
right
a
away.
meaningful advantage?
Hear
or
ye,
only a thin
citizens. The
consolation?
scrolls decree a
It
change
is
in our ways.
probably both.
I have lost everything,
And that
my home,
two-sided
my fortune.
answer is
What am
what
I to do
makes
now?
Rome's legacy durable.
With this plan, we'll
It does
dominate the
not
forum by
promise a
sunset.
perfect world.
Are you sure this is
It
wise?
shows
It
why a
seems
large
dangerous.
community still needs
Great
levels
God,
of
what is this thing?
adjudication
I
to be
told you to get a
cited,
pencil, not a
pursued,
giant
and
stamp.
criticized when they drift from
Good
publicly
people of Rome,
declared standards.
I have exciting news to share
For
with you
viewers
all.
today,
I told you to focus
especially
on the
those
moral
accustomed to
not the
seeing
coin or the
history
house.
as a mirror
This
for
is
the
a matter of
present,
honor. No,
Rome's
you cannot move the
appeal
marker.
lies
It goes here,
elsewhere
but
as
our wheel
well.
is bigger now.
They
I
forced
said no,
enormous
this is the boundary.
problems. Land,
Right,
debt,
open my good,
inheritance,
go to
public
top.
order, the right to the center
I
over
simply
an
cannot
overlord,
comprehend
the
this
past
situation.
and recognizable channels
It's
of
so confusing.
adjudication.
I have found
They
it.
did not always achieve this
The
fairly.
prophecy is true.
But
We
they
must show
understood
everyone.
something
Xin chào, những
fundamental.
tin này, bạn đang nghe
Power
các bạn đang xem
cannot
video số nào
be
mà?
by
Thật thú vị.
command alone. It must create
The key to success is right here in my hand.
heard within a familiar
You are
pattern.
not going to win.
That is
I have
why
done this
when we
before.
look back at
Now
the
hand over
12
the block.
tables, which tradition
I
links
must
to
direct your
public
attention to the
display
evidence
and
on this
forum,
scroll, which
or
clearly
like a later
indicates our path
development of adjudicatory
People of Rome,
procedures, we
hear me
see
now,
more than
for the
legal
time has come to
history.
take action.
We see a long effort to keep shared life from
By the gods,
dissolving into
what sorcery is this?
arbitrariness.
The path
And
of
that is
righteousness
why
begins
old
with honest
slabs of
inquiry.
stone still seem
Tell us
able
more.
to speak.
I have found the
So
sandal.
in
We
the
must
end,
act now and
how
restore
did
order.
Roman justice actually
We are with
work? Not as a promise,
I have
always
something very exciting to show
fulfilled
you
in full,
behind this
but
curtain.
not as an empty display
You
of
must solve these
power.
riddles and retrieve the items.
It worked as an order that had to be renewed
This device will
again
change
and
everything.
again for
Yeah,
human
I don't believe
beings.
the technology will
The
work.
praetor,
But look,
the
it can show us anything.
adjudicator, the
No,
advocate,
no,
the
don't do it.
witness,
Do
the
it.
governor,
You have to stop
and
this
even
now.
the
It's
silent
not too
crowd
late.
watching.
I swear I didn't
Sometimes
do
that
it.
order
You have to believe
upheld
me.
what was reasonable. Sometimes
Indeed,
it leaned
you are a
toward
coward,
influence.
and I will see you
Yet
fall.
that very tension
Rome will
produced
be
a
free of your
legacy
tyranny.
to which
I bear
later
the weight of my
ages
family's
kept
grief and their
returning,
future.
not
This
only to
burden is mine,
imitate,
and I
but
will
to
face it.
understand their own limits.
I have
And
the lantern and
perhaps
the coin.
this is the
Are you
most
ready to open the
intriguing
curtain?
question to carry away
The machine
from
is ready.
Rome. If an ancient
Now
empire
we will see
already
who is truly
understood
the
that
greatest
law
among
must
us.
be made
You are a
public,
tyrant, and your
cited,
reign ends
and
here.
openly argued,
No,
then
please,
in our world
spare me.
today,
The key to
what
victory
has
is right
taken
here.
place
Who
in
wants it?
forum?
Wait,
Is it
give it to me.
truly
No,
as
I
durable
must
as
have
we
it.
imagine?
The solution is